there's an idea called monk mode, which has kind of become a bit of a meme online. But I first read about this years ago, and it involves an extended period of isolation to work on yourself, to reflect on your flaws, to kind of do the inner work, to introspect. It's usually tied in with meditation, with improving your diet, with improving your physical fitness, your mental fitness, all of these different things. And that, I've almost seen it as if doing that and focusing on yourself for a short space of time that's very, very, it's maybe a couple of months, really, really focusing on you, still going about and doing your work and doing the rest of the things, but outside of that, just really, really trying to make yourself as good as possible. Periodizing that, for me, was one of the most powerful inflections aside from the lifestyle change. And
well, that's what confession is supposed to be, fundamentally. I mean, when you take stock of yourself, you confess. You confess to yourself, and you make your sins a reality. You assess yourself for your insufficiency, and you proclaim your insufficiencies. And that, well, then you can start working on them. It's like, it's painful. Here's all the things that I'm not. Here's all the things that I'm not that I would like to be, right? That's painful self-examination. But the advantage is you get all your problems on the table. And the advantage to that is that problem by problem, there's likely some hope. Like, for example, you said you were unpopular when you were a teenager, but that doesn't mean that you had to carry that forward into university, right? There was a possibility that, so how did you get out of that? What did you do?
The main reason, I think, was that I didn't really understand how to relate to other kids. So I found myself obsessing over the way that other kids would wear their shirts or tie their ties or the sort of shoes that they would wear. Or the,
right. So you were looking at external models or markers of belonging.
That's why they had friends and I didn't.
Right.
And I didn't realize that it was just, I wasn't socially adept. I didn't understand how to relate to other kids very well. And I think I just got to the stage, especially when I went to university, that I'd spent enough time for me to have learned at least some rough-hewn social skills, and now finally was able to sort of cast off some of the presuppositions that had maybe been following me. Because
what were the opening points for you? Like, do you remember the first friendship you made in university?
Oh yeah, the guys that I lived with. So
okay, so these were roommates?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good see, that's a thing that's hard to duplicate online, right?
Correct.
Because it's having a group of roommates is a formative experience.
It was crazy for me. I didn't know, because again, only child, 2 parents living in a small house. I didn't know that you were supposed to knock on someone's bedroom door before you were to go in.
Right.
I'd never done that.
Right,
I did 18 years. I'd never had to knock on anybody's bedroom door. It's like, mum and dad are down, like, who else is there? I'm going to knock on the dogs, like the kitchen door, to see if the dogs mind me going into the kitchen. And so many of those things, like, looking back on it now, are just so ridiculous, not knowing that that was something that you were supposed to do.
Yeah, well, not knowing those elementary skills, though, that can be a huge impediment. You know, I had people in my clinical practice, we spent hours practicing how to introduce them and to shake hands. Because you want to be expert at that. Because if you're not good at that at all, like if you're really bad at it, you're screwed. You can't even tell someone your name. And so how are you going to make a friend then? You announce yourself as incompetent with your first move. And then if that happens to you 10 times, you're so terrified.
Disincentivizes.
Oh God, terribly, terribly. And so you should become expert at that. That's something you can do with your kids, is so they can become expert at introducing themselves, you know? Shake hands, do it with a bit of a firm grip. Look at the other person. Try smiling, you know, match your tempo to the other person.